Get Over Yourself podcast. Busy time, so much to listen to, and sometimes all you have time for is a little blip. So here we go with the Blip Show. Welcome to Brad's Blips. We have the breather shows that I'm trying to get to be 15 to 30 minutes. And I thought I would throw in some other fun stuff because I personally like to navigate through my podcast playlist and choose short ones sometimes and then choose longer ones other times. So the blips are going to be really short stuff, things on my mind, little notes I've taken from the other shows and highlights from listener commentary. So here we go. You know what's going really well? The relationship-oriented shows. One of my favorite subjects, as you can tell by getting my partner, Mia Moore, on a few shows now. 2 full-length shows and a breather show about why she's so chill. Go listen to that one. But we're getting a lot of good letters and feedback from that. I especially like the compilation of insights that I pulled together from the great experts and shared with you on some of those longer shows. The John Gottman Institute in Seattle, doing that great research for decades, specializing in happy couples that have been happy and report still being in love after 20 plus years. And they've put these couples into MRI study and seeing the parts of the brain light up that are associated with those chemical reactions when you're in love, in that romantic stage that usually only lasts for a short time. And we've been programmed in culture to believe that, oh, the honeymoon period lasts for, what do people say? I don't know. I know some people that bail after 2 months over and over. So maybe there's a 2-month checkpoint where you're just awash in love chemicals, sexual attraction chemicals. Maybe there's the year checkpoint that a lot of people feel like the relationship transitions into a more dull and drab experience or real everyday life. I've heard that 2 years is a checkpoint where if you can get past 2 years. In fact, I think Gottman himself said that after 2 years, you go into phase 3 of the relationship, which is that long-term, mutually supportive partnership rather than the high chemical energy that's characterized by the first 2 years. But some people make it through the fire and are still in love after 20 plus years. Isn't that cool? And then some of the insights that Gottman provides, along with some of my other favorites like Harville, Hendrix, Helen Fisher, and Esther Perel. So one of the Gottman ones is you're either a team or not a team at all times and in every relationship interaction. There's no gray area on this matter. What a beautiful insight to reflect upon. And the Gottman research can predict with 98% accuracy the direction the conversation will head based on the initial tone and content of the conversation, as in your partner walks through the door and you say, "Where the F were you? Why didn't you answer my texts? Now we're going to be late to our important engagement," versus your partner walks in the door late and you say, "Oh my gosh, you're home safely. I'm so glad. I was really worried about you. Is everything okay? What happened?" Yes, it requires emotional control and emotional self-stability. The great relationship columnist on medium.com, Chris Gage, identifies that trait, that emotional control / emotional self-stability, as the number 1 relationship attribute of all. So much so that there's no use even considering number 2, number 3, sense of humor, communication time, all that stuff, not even worth considering unless you can exhibit emotional control and emotional self-stability to have a foundation for their relationship. Harville Hendrix has his 3 important necessary relationship attributes. One of them is that the relationship is a safe communication zone, meaning that you can say your true feelings without fear of retribution or criticism or shutdown. Number 2 on his list would be a zero negativity policy, so that whatever's happening, whatever you're facing as a couple. And back to Gottman's, you're either a team or not a team. So you have a zero negativity policy, meaning that you can express yourself and talk about the important issues at hand, not lying down and being a doormat and letting your partner run the show, but actually have real, meaningful conversations without introducing the element of negativity. And number 3 on the Harville Hendrix list is constant affirmations so that you can maintain this safe zone and also this zero negativity policy. Oh my goodness. And because this is just a blip, I'm going to leave you with this. We have these notions in culture that marriage is forever. We take our vows. We see it as a long-term horizon. And I guess that gives us a sense of security, but perhaps it could be better, or not either or, but perhaps the overlay would be deciding to recommit to your partnership every single day, instead of taking an artificial construct like marriage for granted and taking your partner for granted accordingly. So wake up, decide to recommit every single day, be a team in every interaction that you have, including a big problem like, hey, you're being a real jerk right now. Let's find out what's going on with you and handle this matter as a team. Do you need to bail on this party early and get some rest because I see you flirting with that other dude in the corner? All that kind of stuff can be handled as a team rather than adversaries. Thanks for listening to Brad's Blips. All right. I want to enthusiastically recommend DNA Fit, cutting-edge genetic testing to deliver a personal profile that will guide your fitness and nutrition goals. So simple, you spit in a tube, mail it off, and soon you get by email this super cool infographic where it delivers all these important insights and elements of your genetic profile at a glance. How you metabolize carbs, caffeine, vitamin D, lactose, and much more. My exercise profile was mind-blowing because it revealed my genetic muscular makeup to be 54% power strength and only 46% endurance. As a lifelong endurance athlete, I've been banging my head against the wall, training in a manner that was in conflict with my genes. Don't wait 20 years making mistakes like I did. Find out what diet and exercise patterns are most aligned with your genetics at DNAfit.com. This stuff used to be super expensive. It was a few $100s. Now it's pennies. Not really, but it's a great deal, and you get 30% off if you just put in the code GOY30. Check out everything at DNAfit.com.